what you are. When you're making excuses for your shit. When you're making excuses, baby, you just need to look inside.
Good morning. So has there anything been going on over the last 24 hours in the community? I haven't heard. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Brian. It's you watch everyone's intros when they do live streams, and everyone has their custom intros and stuff, and you get proud of your own and everything. But my God, Brian, that's got to be the best one in the community, man. Every time I'm laughing, and then you pop in your panda robe.
It's a catchy little song for sure. I think I first saw it on Spine Tick's channel, but they play it at Saturday nights, and so I had to grab it, and I went and watched Marc's channel, and he does all kinds of. He's had some crazy live streams where he's just creating music on the fly, and that was one of those songs that he just kind of came up with. So yeah, and it kind of fits the morning show.
It's just so good.
I tried to find the llama robe, a similar robe that he had on, but I couldn't get one that matched it. So I went with the panda robe. So
it doesn't really matter as long as it's like a little loud. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Not to say yours was loud, but as long as it's just not like that typical terry cloth, white or black or whatever. But yeah.
Right.
It's just so damn good. Everyone that was watching, as soon as he hit it, I was just like, as soon as the music started, I was just started laughing right away.
Yeah, it's definitely a good. Definitely gets me motivated to start the show. It definitely gets me fired up for sure. So, well, let's check in with the chat before we get into
Brian,
a few things today.
On behalf of the entire community, great job last night. It's as someone that's obviously runs a live stream every week as well. It can be overwhelming at times when you have a lot of little videos or vignettes that you have queued up and you have to try and follow in order and everything. Great job last night, man. Like, I know that you had at some points over 100 people watching and, trying to keep up with the chat here and there and trying to keep the show moving and everything. You did a great job. So on behalf of the comic community, great job, man. Just
thank you.
Terrific job.
I mean, certainly having the video clips this year that DJ put together. So big shout out to DJ Links. That really made things so much easier because.
Do you want to talk about that just for a sec?
Sure.
For everyone that watched and you saw every clip that was done, DJ had set it up. And again, like if there was ever a best editing category, we all know who would win. But if you notice the small details, the job that DJ did, he actually, if you were someone that got nominated twice or multiple times, he never used the same clip of your channel twice. And those are the small things that DJ just takes care of. So yeah, again, to DJ, fantastic job putting together those vignettes and those little videos for Brian of the nominations. Like I said, he never used the same clip twice. And it's those details that just represents how great of an editor he actually is.
I would have, if I would have been creating those clips, I would have used the same clip over. I would have taken.
Me too, totally. It just would have been like their logo.
But he did a really, and it's a great video that we'll be able to use obviously for the live show to announce the finalists. I've been posting them up on Instagram, so they've had a life now, and I've seen other people grabbing them and posting them up. So it's a nice little, promotional thing, but also to highlight, the finalists. So it's been, it's kind of taken on its life of its own. And that was a little suggestion that I'm pretty sure it was Remy Q, or I know it happened on DJ's show in the mix. Somebody made this suggestion. I think it was Remy Q, and just saying, because in years past, I read the names off from a kind of a static, picture. And so that little tweak, definitely was a great suggestion. And then, the effort that DJ put in to create those clips really, I think really elevated the announcement of the finalists. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. The man's talented. Just ask Jim Mint.
So check in with the chat. Lucretius is here, who is a finalist in the community supporter. So congrats. We have another finalist.
Yeah.
Runs Comics with Kids. Congrats to John on
congrats, John and Lucretius.
Review category. Tony's here. Good morning, Tony. Appreciate you being here. Madam's here. Madam, a finalist.
Congratulations, Madam.
Yeah, I was wondering why Gary and Madam usually do a Saturday morning show, but they did not this morning. So it seems because Madam's on her way to the airport. Good morning, Bobby. Appreciate you being here. Mr. Scott S. Vaughn.
Congratulations, Scott.
Yeah, congratulations on really a big category. One of the best series, Comic Addicts, which he does on Monday nights. Yeah. I was happy to see that. That people recognized his effort and really more the message that he delivers, right? He does talk about comics and collecting, but it's more focused on, mental health and recovery and wellness. He mixes that in, he does that really well. So I was happy to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mr. Derrz is here, another finalist.
Congratulations, Adam.
Yeah. Community builder, so that was great to see as well, because one of the positive guys. I mean, most of the community is positive, but
Adam is next level, and so is Scotty. Actually, both of them. But Adam does his Friday motivations and end of week, beginning of week motivations, and it's something I look forward to.
Yeah, he's dropping stuff in.
Adam. Don't ever stop.
For those that don't know, there's we're part of a bunch of Instagram chats, and Derrz is always dropping, some positive messages there, or even sharing when, hey, I know this week he shared, he was having a rough week. So, and we've seen that from some of the other community members that share, that, hey, what they're going through, which is great because they're reaching out and they're able to get some, support from the community. So good stuff. I'll let you announce his name properly.
Sure. Bonjour, Jean. Ça va? Good morning, Jean Malo. Or, well, the French pronounce it Jean, and the English say Jean.
Jean. Yeah.
But I asked him one time, how does your mom pronounce your name? Or how would have your mom pronounce your name? And he said Jean, like the great Jean Beliveau. And so, as a Canadian, this is the only little bit of French that I get to say nowadays. So I like to say his name en français. But yes, Jean Malo or Jean Malo, my man. Jean may not have been nominated, but he, again, another wonderful community member that's always in people's chats and watching their product and stuff. So a great community builder as well, Jean Malo.
Yeah, big supporter. Yeah, and you would think I would be able to pronounce his name a little bit better. My mom is from Ogdensburg, New York, which is right on the St. Lawrence River.
Yes.
And her dad, my grandfather, was French Canadian. Mm-hmm. But I don't.
And Jean Rattel was a ranger. Like
23 is here. Good morning, 23. Trev is here. Trev, congrats.
Wow. The man
stepped up. Multiple
finalists
for Trev.
Congratulations, Trev. Well deserved.
Jimmy's here. Jimmy G. Good morning. David's here. David was doing a little stream early this morning as well. Caught a little bit of that. Wellbore is here. Good morning. Neil is here. Drac is here. Actual Dracula. Finalist in the most comedic content creator, which I think is well deserved.
Congratulations, Adrian.
Drac is subtle with his comedy, right? It's a little sarcasm, and it's kind of sneaks up on you.
It's very quick humor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh, Fanboy Prime starting us off early with a super chat. Let's see. Where do we go? We'll start you with this. We'll save Matt dancing for later.
I got him. So that's another man's wife right there. Like
she sent me the clip.
She did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I get Master's okay with it then. Okay, but yeah. Okay.
Kenneth Bird is here. Good morning. DareDevilNYC. I am way behind. The Playbook, good morning. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Scrolling, everybody saying good morning to everybody. Justin's here, 3 Good Nerds. Let's see. Evil Mike is here. Mike, congrats on your finalist in the comic book review category.
That's a tough category. It's a tough category this year. Yeah, congratulations, Mike.
Yes, that is some. Yeah, we got Pocan Joe in there, Indie Comics and Review, Lorenzo, Taylor,
yeah,
Pop Culture Philosophers, Robbie.
A lot of people whose opinion I respect. It's a very tough category.
Uncanny's here. Good morning. 80s guy is here. Let's see. Fanboy Prime. Yep. Thank you for the super chat. Fanboy, I missed most of his stream from this morning. I was doing some stuff for the awards and getting ready for this show. So Naman's here, nominated as well. Favorite community artist, best duo with his Meet the Collector series.
Yes.
So yeah, good stuff. Phil.
Congratulations.
Some finalists in artist category, and I'm forgetting, drawing a blank, at least one other. So Phil, congratulations. Let's see. Seth is here. Good morning. Scrolling, making sure I'm not missing anybody. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We got 38 people hanging out. Yeah, that was one of the things that I was last night during the live stream, how many people were actually in the live stream. Like you mentioned, there was over 100 people at one point, and then a lot of replay reviews on it already, took a peek this morning. And I actually dropped the video late last night of just the clips, all of the clips that DJ put together. So just, you can get it condensed. You can just kind of scroll through that if you want to see that. So let's see. All right. We've got another super chat. And I think that means we need to release Matt.
Oh.
A little bit different than Madam Dancing, but Dr. Von Hood is here. Congrats. He woke up. He couldn't make the live stream last night, so he woke up to a nice surprise being nominated twice.
Yes, congratulations.
For favorite channel and best unboxing with his, he does sometimes with his wife and sometimes with Magic Badger. So good stuff.
Yeah, well deserved.
Eman, although he has the great hair, he can't break into the finalist. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Well, next year we may want to consider best sultry voice, and he would be definitely getting in there as well. But yeah, he was robbed, man.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen, he did a live stream earlier this week, and he had some guests on, and they all took their shirts off. And then at one point, Nelson from Big Time Collectibles joined, and he was in the shower. So I don't remember what the stream was about, but I do remember everybody not having their shirts on. And like I said, Nelson, showering shampoo in his hair on the live stream with Eman. So
that's dedication right there, man.
GP Venom, good morning, or probably good afternoon for you. Legion is here, Mark. Good morning.
Congratulations, Mark. Mark with multiple nominations again across the board.
Bizzle, best new channel, but yes, Mark. I lost count of how many categories he was in.
Yeah. Well deserved.
So, and the one thing that was, since DJ helped out with the clips, I had to send all of the finalists to DJ ahead of time, so he had time to prepare. So it was I felt bad because DJ was nominated in multiple categories.
Yes.
And so it kind of ruined the surprise for him. So he knew he was, a finalist 2 weeks ago because, like I said, he needed time to get all of those clips together. And so that was the one thing I felt bad about, that I had to spoil the surprise for him. So
congratulations to C Bizzle. Yeah. That's,
yes.
The man's like a freight train. I use that reference a couple times, but he's now in that group that I consider these fast rising YouTube channels, and he's right there with them.
Yeah, good group of new channels. Let's see. I think I'm almost Kenneth. I'm not sure if we said hello to Kenneth. Good morning, Kenneth. Kenneth, one of the big supporters as well, right? Rob, there he is. Good morning. And Rob, thank you, Rob. Rob was the only voice of reason last night on one of the voices of reason on CJ's stream last night, reminding everybody that there was a number of channels that were nominated that didn't ultimately become finalists, but we had over 500 channels that had nominations, and there were a couple channels that I think actually got hurt by the number of things they do. So I know Bruno from Anachronic Comics is out looking for me. I think he wants to break my legs. But Anachronic Comics got nominated multiple times for multiple shows, but I think ultimately that hurt him because he's got a bunch of different things that he does well that people like, and so his nominations got kind of spread out, and he didn't ultimately become a finalist.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I think there were a few.
Congrats, Rob.
Yes, Rob. Congrats, you guys. Only Slabs back nominated again.
Yeah, but Rob got nominated for best unboxings for his Monday mail call and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't just Only Slabs. He got nominated solo. So yeah.
Yeah, and Mustache as well. Brother. He's in the tough category of hands, hair, and facial hair. Manny's here. Good morning, Manny. Manny, best new channel finalist.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Well deserved. Yeah, and it was great to see. I woke up this morning, looked at Instagram, and there were so many, I had a lot of messages and a lot of people, like I said, sharing their nomination or they're becoming a finalist and putting it out on Instagram. So, and I didn't sleep well last night because I had this dream where the Kool-Aid Man was chasing me, but it was CJ's voice and CJ's hands yelling, look at me, look at me. And yeah, so.
He's actually really good people. He really is such a good dude.
He is. Yeah. No, I joke with him a lot, but he's easy to poke fun at because of all of the things that he says and does. Joffrey's here. Good morning, Joffrey. Appreciate you being here. Seeking Superman. Good morning.
It's a great handle.
Yes, she's talking about the Matt clip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh. All right, Eman. Well, this one's for you. I like that it's a vertical video so we have to sit and see our reactions to it.
Do we have to do it multiple times in slow mo?
Of course, come on. I mean, you don't want to waste a good hair flip.
That is incredible hair, though, and he can't grow great facial hair too. Like that, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Zach is here. Good morning, Zach.
Morning, Zach.
PSN is here. Good morning. Wow, I'm still scrolling. I'm still not caught up. Chop is here. Good morning, Chop. Congrats, Chop, on your Community Builder Award nomination.
Yeah, and well deserved. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you, Danny. That's well deserved, my man.
And that was a nice little tweak that DJ made with that video, that category, and that really nominating, highlighting the finalists, because not all of the finalists have channels. They're moderators, and so we've never seen them on camera. And so,
right.
We highlighted, DJ highlighted some of the comments from live streams that they were in. So I thought that was really well done, because, there are a few that we've never seen on camera. So
that might be, it's probably cliche for me to say, but that might be the hardest category to finalize your vote for, because all those 5 people are incredible. Like, they show up all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And there was, I think, some talk maybe on CJ's stream last night about maybe that category should be expanded. Maybe it shouldn't be limited to 5. But I mean, even with 5 choices, I think you're going to have a tough time, because
it's just how do you vote for like all those 5 people? Chop versus Los Crucius, it's versus Trev and that lady whose name is escaping me. That's impossible.
Yeah. Phil is here. Good morning, Phil. And I was surprised that, and it's a relatively new show, but I really enjoy it. Phil's Treehouse Trivia that he does on Sundays. Really well done, high, very high production value. And so I think that's a show that we could, if it continues, that we could see be in the mix, next year. So it's one of my favorites. So I think we are finally caught up on the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. We've got 43 people hanging out with us this morning. No, missed one. Jay's here. Good morning, Jay. So we have a bunch of things to do. I know we want to talk a little bit more about the awards and stuff, but we do have the monthly membership giveaway to do today. We also have the changed up. I usually do a weekly giveaway here, but we switched it up this month, trying something new. We're doing a monthly giveaway as well. So we've got those 2 giveaways to do. So I just need to keep that in mind as we go through things this morning. But so yeah, Chris, anything else that you wanted to mention? I know we were talking a little bit backstage about a few different things. I mean, we certainly have highlighted, some of the finalists that are here with us this morning. Again, a big shout out to DJ Lynx.
Yes. It's easy to sit back the next day and nitpick things, especially, like if there's a little bit of a sour taste left in your mouth and stuff. Or, hey, what about this kind of category? Have you thought about it? Like, I know you and I have talked about, what about best international YouTube channels, stuff that's not necessarily based in the United States. And like, right away, Triple G and DVH and Mad Spidey and Whack Comics and Simple Simon come to mind. A lot of these great channels that are overseas. But there was some personal favorites that I saw got nominated, like Sector 2015 got nominated. And I thought that was awesome, because, he goes live with his game show, Guess That Key, later on at night. And I always thought shows that carve out their timestamp, their presence on YouTube later, that's beyond, say, prime time, stuff that maybe only West Coast people would see in prime time. I thought that was nice that he got nominated. And no, it wasn't. And that, like, those, and then Mark with the Community Builder Award, that nomination for the Friday morning hangout, which is totally just an open invitation to anyone. those are the kind of shows that I really enjoy when it's an open invitation, much like CJ's show. When he goes late at night, it's just like, hey, can I have the link and you come on. Those are the shows that I personally really enjoy. And on top of it, the informative ones like Comic Tom's, the Hot 10, that these shows that happen week for week that have these great production values to them as well. And those are the ones that I enjoy and see that they get nominated. But yeah, I never, like, when you first mentioned the community supporter, the one that Chop is nominated for and Les Cruz is nominated for, I thought, oh, that's cool, because the one that I always really enjoy is the best subs or best channel under 100 subs, best new channel. That one. That's the one last year that I really, really enjoyed. But this one this year is the one that seems to be, at least for me, at the forefront, thinking about the best community supporter. Like how can you pick? Because all those people are just wonderful.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the community, and I think the community artist is really tough because they're all great artists.
Mm-hmm.
But those are some of my favorite categories that are more generic, I think. The community supporter, or even like the favorite channel, having the favorite channel in each of the tiers, because there's no strict criteria of what you have to nominate, so it's kind of open to anybody. Right. In the because not everybody does comic book reviews, not everybody does statue reviews, the omnibus reviews. Maybe they don't do a weekly show or an ongoing series. So that favorite channel for me is one of those categories. It's because it's wide open. It could be anybody in the community.
Yeah. Well, by the time when I caught on to the stream last night, you had just moved into the 5,000 and above categories. And I never realized how many of those channels I actually do watch or I listen to in my car. Like as I'm driving, I'll just queue one up and listen. And again, it's so many fantastic channels got nominated. Is there room to grow? Always. And that's the one thing that I enjoy about the community, or pardon me, about the awards and talking with you, is that you're so open-minded about it. Like if you want to travel down an avenue, hey, here's a seed, I'm going to plant it. If you're into it, go back and talk with the people that are on the committee or whatever and see if it turns into something. And that's one thing I enjoy about talking with you about the awards, is that it's not like, nah, Chris, I like the way that is. You always present the open mind, like, oh, okay, I never thought about it that way, or hey, that's an interesting idea for an award, or so kudos to you for that, man, for not being narrow-minded, because if you weren't,
it's a community event, so right, I want it to be driven by the community, because and I think we will. We'll see things evolve year over year. Like I don't think we'll ever go beyond 26 categories. I think that's a lot of categories. We don't want it to just be a participation, type of an event. But, I think we'll see, people have talked about maybe a best editing category, or maybe a best hangout stream category, right? Because there's a lot of, Legion does one. Comic Journey has his, Insomniac stream that he does, which is kind of an open forum. Even your Wednesday night New Comic Book Day is kind of just, it's a hangout, it's an open invite. So those type of categories could be added in the future. So maybe we get rid of something that maybe is not as popular as some others, and I think it will continue to evolve year over year. We'll add and subtract, and just continue to try to make it the best community event that we can. So
my only suggestion is don't necessarily be hung up on a number. If it goes from 26 to 30 because the community speaks out, if you have more than, say, just a handful of voices, if you have 10 people say, hey, Brian, what about this? There might be legs to it. And I'm not one for retiring categories. All the categories you have, I think, or that you've created with help from other people since the genesis of your idea, don't necessarily be stuck at 27 is a nice or 26 is a nice number. Don't be afraid to take it to 28. Don't be, like, I know it may end up creating an extra 10 minutes for the award show when it's all said and done, but it's award shows are meant to, change and morph and grow into different things. I personally, I like the structure right now when it comes to divvying up specific subscriber amounts. So, for example,
Yeah, I think
best unboxing is going to be one of those heavily voted on categories. The 1 to $9.99 and 1,000 to $4.99.
$4.99,
yeah. As someone that's in that category now, I'd like you to cut it down to 2,500. But that's just selfish. But yeah, I like the fact that it's 3-tiered for certain categories, and I understand that some categories have a comedic element that are not necessarily comic book based. Best facial hair, best hands, stuff like that. That's just lighthearted stuff. That's just meant to, have some fun with the awards. Not everything has to be so serious.
Yeah, or so structured, I think, right? Because, like I said, that the favorite channel category is one of those categories. So you have that in each of the tiers, and so that's just you can nominate anybody. So anybody has an opportunity to be nominated. That's what I like most about that that category.
And the one thing last night, this will be the only this will be my last point, Brian. Last night on CJ's channel, they talked about the Hall of Fame being a separate entity, and like, hey, why don't we go do this? And what was going through my mind as we were discussing is, this could be one of those categories that kind of get morphed or grow into something different. Like this is just an idea now, potentially have 20 people get nominated, i.e. like a professional sports Hall of Fame, and have 5 people go in instead of just 1. And just so that the Hall of Fame thing could be something that's spread throughout the awards. So every 2 or 3 or 4 categories, this person was nominated. This person's now getting into the CBC Awards Hall of Fame. Obviously you have to have certain standards. Like right now, the standard is 3 years on YouTube. There could be different qualifying things at this point, say 3 years and 300 videos, or 3 years, X amount of subscribers, or blah, blah, blah. Who knows? Who cares? But I'm just saying, like, that's one thing that was mentioned on CJ's excellent live stream last night, by the way, because there was so many ideas. Obviously, the critiquing of it, because it was just so fresh in everyone's mind. But there was still a lot of positive things that were mentioned, and a lot of people were happy for other people. But it's the one thing I just wanted to express to everyone that's watching right now is, if you have ideas, don't be afraid to go to Brian. Like, Brian is open to ideas. He's not narrow-minded, like I mentioned a little while ago, where it's just like, nope, like, don't mess with my baby. This is mine. Brian really has a mindset. This is a community award show, and that the community has a very loud opinion. If the community has opinion, he's listening. And so thank you for that.
Yeah,
Brian.
no, we definitely.
Like,
any feedback, and that's the thing. You have to send it to me directly. Like, I know, somebody will say, oh, well, we talked about this on my stream over here. Unfortunately, I can't watch every single stream. And so if something's brought up or said, you have to get that to me directly, because I just can't. It's certainly like CJ has had a lot of discussion. And so I think he did like a 6-hour stream last night. I watched probably the first hour or so of it last night, but I'm not going to go back and sit through 5 hours of that. I just don't have the time to do that. So if there's some, some nuggets in there or some suggestions, throw them over to me. So,
yeah. But yeah, I see Rob just said something. Come to Brian with suggestions, not criticism, right? If you're going to poo-poo everything, if you're going to poo-poo it, it's not going to, it may not work out in your favor. But the one thing I've noticed about Brian is, he's open to ideas, and if he come thoughtfully, he's going to listen. So just a heads up, everybody. And this doesn't need an award; it's just fact.
Couple others jumped in. Couple Comics. Will, good morning. Congrats on your nominations or your finalists. Jerry's here, and luckily Jerry was in the live stream last night because I missed the category for the best comic book pressing and restoration.
It makes live streams so much fun.
Shop is here. Good morning, Shop. Jackson's here. Appreciate you being here. Matt with a super chat. All right, let's see. Well, Jimmy G. So we're gonna kill two birds with one stone. Jimmy G's here, and anytime Jimmy G shows up, we break out the LCS dancers. So.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
I like that one better than Matt.
Yes. So, and I also want to shout out Just Your Average Geeks. And I'm going to drop their link in the chat as well. If you're not familiar with Just Your Average Geeks, Dave, go sub him up. He sent me, and I'm not going to show it, he sent me a box this week for prizes for the winners of this year's Comic Book Community Awards. He sent me 5 slabs.
Wow.
So I was shocked. He said he was going to send me, something that I could use for the award. So I just got it yesterday. And like I said, I don't want to reveal it because I want it to be a surprise when we send out the trophies in December. But he sent me, like I said, 5, CGC slabs that I'm going to pass on to some of the winners in the, in December when we, crown the winner. So Dave, thank you so much for that. And he also sent me an AOK, which I'm going to do an unboxing in the future. So just got these 2 boxes in the mail and it just was totally blown away by what he sent. So if you're not familiar with Just Your Average Geeks, go sub them up. And like I said, really, really do appreciate that. But we need to get to some giveaway business. So we do have our monthly giveaway to do and our monthly giveaway for our channel members. So let me just share this real quick. So just a big shout out to all of the channel members, Trev the Shipping Guru, Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Seth 11, Rob Fatstacks, Comic Vet, IzzyVerseNYC, Comic Bookworm, J80 Hobbies, Comics by the Bay, Fanboy Prime, Joshua Anderson, Philtastic Comics and Art, Eman, World of Geek, Madam Blaster, Comiverse, Collecting with Derrz, CatFan Comicsman, DareDevilNYC, David's Comics and Wrestling, Evo's Comics, S. Vaughn 82, G. Malo, Cliff on Comics, and Neil Collects. So appreciate everybody being channel members, and we have a big stack of books that we're going to give away this. And I added a few new. So this is the
Brian, blow yourself up, man. You gotta.
This
If
is
you're showing that baby, you gotta pay respect to it.
Let's go. There we go. So this is I was trying to get the foil and I couldn't get the foil version. So this is the ASM 300 facsimile that just came out this week. So I was trying to get a foil, but maybe we'll have that in a future giveaway. And added this because I know, so this is a 4-issue limited series by Marc Rebillet. And I know he's gotten some talk in the community the last couple of weeks. He's got his crossover series, Big Game, that's out.
Yes.
So I figured I'd pick up this is a 4 little issue series that he did previously. So figured we'd add that to it just to give everybody a little look at some of his previous work. And then it's funny, every time I try to put a prize pack together, I always seem to end up being a bunch of Spider-Man books. Or Spider-Man covers.
Funny we have that in common.
So this is Miles Morales,
Yeah,
9. Yeah, great cover.
Yep.
We have this This is Perillo, I think, or I always get between Perillo and Delato mixed up.
It kind of has a Sam Keith flavor to it as well, though, with Wolverine's hair.
Yeah, the way the hair is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then yet another Spider-Man book, but the Negative Space Miss Marvel. That's ASM 25. But here's something a little different, right? Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is Perillo.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great cover. And then some Spider-Verse covers. So this is Punisher number 12. Punisher as a little Spidey crossover.
Yeah, I've never seen that cover before.
And then a She-Hulk, same Spider-Verse.
That's awesome.
I don't know if that light pole would hold She-Hulk, but
or the webbing.
Yeah. And then we have a David Nakayama, ASM 19.
Awesome.
And then another David Nakayama. This is Rogue and Gambit, number 2.
He is so good, and that's great.
And then I'm throwing in this trade paperback. It's actually two volume trade paperback as well.
Very nice.
So big stack of books for the membership. So of course we're going to do a duck race.
And by the way, I've never seen a duck race with so many ducks as last night.
Yeah, it was. There were 315, I think, well over 300 ducks.
What a labor of love. That's so intensive, man. That many names into one drawing.
Yeah, I had to, it was luckily it was a quick cut and paste from, an Excel sheet. But yeah, I was hoping I wasn't going to break the duck race.
Yeah, Just shout out to the creators of the duck race for handling 300 email addresses.
You can actually up to 1,000. You can put up to 1,000 names in the duck race.
Wow, for free?
No, not for free. You have to pay for it. Anything above, I think 100, you have to. So I had to sign up for a premium, and it's relatively inexpensive.
Right.
I think it was like $20 for the year.
Yep.
And then it opens up. You have a bunch of other different types of races that you can use.
Right.
Other animals or
the emojis.
Yeah. Bunch of different stuff. So, but we're going to run this one for the membership, July membership prizes. So good luck. We've got 24. So we'll find out if the rigged it will set up, because Chris is a channel member and he is live on the stream. So we'll find out.
Don't worry. It looks like I'm dropping back.
It's not looking good for J80 Hobbies being out in the lead.
That's the end of my duck. Oh, up top. Oh, we got Scotty. We got Adam.
Blaster, I think it is.
Yes.
Congrats. So, Madam, I'll get these, if you're still with us, I'll get these stack of books out to you.
Derrz, bro, always rocking second. It's true.
He does. So, congrats to Madam. I'm just looking. Let's see. All right. So, we have, like I said, we switched up the typical giveaway that I do is just a hashtag, but and we do that usually weekly. But this month I'm trying something different. We're stacking books, so we've picked a winner every week, and we've stacked some books. So, and what I've also asked is that if you leave the hashtag that we use on the weekly basis within the live stream, you'll get a chance at another duck for the final duck race. So last week we had 2. Only PSN Green Hulkster and Kenneth Bird actually used the correct hashtag in a comment. So we will see who wins here, and we'll add one of the names to the monthly prize.
All right. And I believe they're both still in the chat, too.
Yes. Yeah, they were here. So good luck, guys. You know,
I can't pick between the two because they're both good supporters of the community. Kenneth Bird is there for everything. PSN Green Hulkster is a good guy, always sending out AOKs, active in chats.
I don't
Green
know.
Hulkster's kind of dropping back, but now here's this last minute push.
Push, yeah. PSN wins it.
Hey, Derrz, you don't always finish second.
Yes, right. All right, so now we're going to. So I'm going to add PSN to the list. Just write that down. And now we're going to pick out two more winners to add to the duck race. So we're going to do that with our standard hashtag. Lots of sharing going on. Let me share that.
We got 41 people watching. Make sure, everyone, that you hit that like button. Here we go.
So, yep. Finalists, drop that hashtag in, and we'll pick two winners to be added to the duck race. And then once we have those two, we'll start our duck race. Let me add PSN again. Yeah, so and I took a peek at the finalist voting, and well over, I think it was last time I checked, there was 250 people that have already voted.
250 people already voted.
I was shocked. I was surprised because I dropped the link just a little bit before midnight last night.
Okay.
And woke up this morning and there were over 250 votes for the finalists have already come in. So
yeah, I think I may do a live stream and do just a live voting and spoil my votes that way. So now, Brian, on the other side of or the man that's behind the green cloth or whatever, the man that's behind the door. When people put their vote in, I'm presuming then at this point you have a computer app that's just calculating it for you at this point now.
Yeah, so because it's a multiple choice with the 5 finalists and community artist has 6, it basically just calculates the percentage, total votes and percentage for me. So when I take a look at it, I can see, who's in the lead currently based on the votes that have been submitted. So yeah, it gives me kind of a little bit of a pie chart. So yeah, this part of the awards, this phase is very easy. There's not a lot of lifting that I need to do to, unless there's a tie, obviously we would bring that to, the committee. But yeah, no, it's pretty easy. And the thing too, because we have such a long period of voting, it's roughly about 12 weeks. Well, I'll see leads change. Somebody might be leading and then you see somebody else flip. And so sometimes you have very close, like just taking a peek at it this morning, there were, a couple categories already where, it was a 1 or 2 vote difference between, first and second place. So it's interesting to watch for me behind the scenes.
Yeah, I remember last year that you shared that information about one category where it was one person the entire way, and then with about 3 weeks left, another channel kind of caught up and then ended up passing and winning just by a handful of votes. You said, except Brian. Yeah, and there were a few I think there were 1 or 2 categories last year that were very close, like 1 or 2 votes separated first place to second place. It was pretty some of the categories were very close, so it's interesting to see it. But like I said, I was really surprised at the amount of votes that have already come in, and 11 hours of voting being open. So yeah, and now that you mentioned that, and seeing a lot of the active members of the community that are here today, saying that they're going to be doing a live voting and everything. I'm thinking that you're probably going to get a massive groundswell within the first week, and it may cool off for a bit. But my big thing is, everyone, if you go to do a live stream, and you're also doing a live stream for your voting, just make sure that you're encouraging people to go vote, right? Like, get out there and let's put the best foot forward when it comes to this and spread the word about the awards.
Yeah, and I saw that with the nomination period. Like, there was a flurry of activity in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, and then it kind of settled down. And it was kind of quiet, and then the last 2 weeks again really picked up, where a flurry of votes came in. So I would kind of expect the same with with the finalist voting, but we'll do our best to keep promoting it and reminding people that they need to go vote if they haven't. So. And it's interesting too. I've had a few people, new people, reach out to me on Instagram. People that have been nominated or were nominated in years past, but were not really, didn't seem like they were interested, but now have kind of, in year 3, have kind of come around. So, I think we're making progress, slow and steady progress, that people are realizing that it's a celebration, a fun community event. And
right. And I know that you were on Reggie's channel earlier this week, and he was talking about it with you, and he was talking about that it's like now that it's established, a lot of people's going to be taking it a lot more seriously, that it's not just this fly by night type of thing. So yeah, it seems obviously the bigger channels, like Reggie's is a very large channel, and that he was talking about it again. Obviously, his channel is one that's dominated the first couple of years. He seems to, that interview, he seemed like he was taking it very seriously. And
he definitely, I appreciate him having me on. He's had me on every year since we started, just to kind of highlight the awards. He's got a much bigger reach than my channel.
Right.
And he helps support, he's shared some of the Instagram posts, and same thing with, like Comics with Bueller. There's been a number of channels, even, some of the bigger channels, Gem Mint, Comic Tom, when they have won, they've reached out, or they have reposted their trophy on Instagram. And so, I still think people don't want to feel like they're campaigning, for votes. And so they kind of shy away, but they are watching it, and like I said, after the fact, they've shared. Some of the bigger channels have shared, their win. So I think it's good stuff. All right, let's pick our first winner, 27. Good luck. Yes, and Zach had a question about, you're more than welcome to TM. Congrats. You'll be added to the duck race we're going to do here in a second. And we're going to draw one more. But yeah, please, highlight yourself as a nominated channel or a finalist. Yeah, if anybody needs the logo or
80s guy.
80s guy. Yeah, certainly. All those things help, promote the award. So it's good stuff. All right, so let me add TM Nerdy's name and 80s guy. All right, let me get the duck race set up. Let me do this.
So while you're doing this, I just want to give a shout out to Al Ewing. Like, my goodness, Immortal 4 off to a great start. I know most people picked this up this week. And, the last Thor run by Donny Cates was off to an excellent start with that first arc, with Thor being a herald of Galactus and Black Winter and all of that. And then it had another couple good arcs, and then kind of tried to then it trailed off a little bit. And Al Ewing did an incredible run with the Immortal Hulk, and then shared responsibilities with Venom, and it wasn't as good as that, but I thought the Immortal Thor is off to a fantastic start.
Yes.
Check it out.
I didn't pick it up, but I saw some of the covers. I think the A cover was really great. Some great covers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yep. That was the cover I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have our ducks ready. Let me share this. There we are. So we have 11 different names. So these are each of the winners from the weekly hashtag that we pull, or if you've left a comment and won that race after the video. So we've got 11. So good luck to everybody. And once we declare the winner, we'll show you all the prizes. So good luck.
So this is it. This is the big one.
This is it. This is we're crowning the winner here for this one.
All right. Okay, it seems like almost everyone's dropping back.
Yeah, we're kind of
Scotty's
in
the lead a little early.
PSN.
Oh,
maybe?
PSN.
PSN.
Adam's
PSN.
right there. Wahoo.
PSN.
Yes, sir. Was Derrz second again?
Let me double check. Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh man, bro. Wow.
I mean, silver medal's still pretty
true.
good.
Yeah. It seems
all right, so let me.
Adam,
So we got the box.
watch your back.
So yeah. Let me do this. So we're gonna pull. So we already have. So each week of the month we've pulled books. So we already have a stack of books.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna pull 5 more.
Oh my goodness.
So it's basically going to be 20. He's going to have the choice between 20 books, or I will purchase whatever his choice is, a community T-shirt from any one of Rob or DJ or anybody, Comics with Bueller, whoever you'd like, and we will send you the T-shirt, or you can pick the books. Totally PSN. It'll be totally up to you.
Well, I feel like I want to suggest a T-shirt because Rob just created one with my favorite saying on Only Slabs. Hello, PSN. You may want to consider getting a T-shirt and help support the C3 that says, "Hey, would you mind reading what's on the right side of that blue label?"
So here are the books that we pulled this week, and I'll show you the other stack so PSN can make his choice. Mindset number 1. This is a vault.
Great cover.
Comics. We have
Scotty.
Uncanny.
Oh, very nice.
We have New Mutants, Lethal Legend number 2.
I feel like that's homaging a certain cover. Very nice.
We have David Nakayama. Judgment. This is Judgment Day number 6.
Awesome.
And then the last book for this week's pull is Oblivion Song number 1.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I think that's a...
Brian, he's saying, I pick books. So he dropped at 11:01. He said, I pick books.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, let me show you the other stack that we've pulled in the previous weeks. So we have Marvel Super Action starring Captain America number 1.
Nice.
We have the Great Lake Avengers number 1. We have a little 90s goodness, Stormwatch number 1.
I can remember the day that book came out.
Silver Surfer number 10.
Oh, that is awesome.
Great cover.
Yeah. Great
We
choice.
have Ren and Stimpy #1.
Very nice. That's a scratch and sniff cover.
We got Marvel Tales
Awesome.
#55, little classic Spider-Man. I Am Groot #4.
Looks like he's taking on Mega Man there. Yeah.
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 Oh, X-Force #1 with the polybag and trading card.
Oh, very good. You could buy yourself a yacht if you get the Deadpool card.
DC's the Who Is What Is the Weird #1.
Awesome.
We've got Immortal X-Men #11. Storm Stephanie Hahn's variant cover.
Gorgeous.
Damage Control #1.
I can remember when that came out too.
Yeah, that was fairly recent, right?
Yeah.
Hit #1.
Dale Keown's masterpiece. Very nice.
A lot of #1s here. The Thing #1.
Oh, that's such a great character.
Secret Empire Underground #1.
Terrific.
And this is the I forget. This may be. I always get the two mixed up. I think this is Del Otto. So Cosmic Ghost Rider #1
Looks like it.
covers. So PSN, congrats. We've got a big stack of books that'll be sent your way.
My God, you're going to need a forklift to ship that. That's awesome.
Got a bunch of shipping to do.
Yeah, me too.
Trev, channel member for 6 months. Thank you, sir. PSN, congrats again. Yep, I'll get those sent out on Monday. I've got to find a nice box to pack those up in. Just see in the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, right. I think there was. That wasn't a series I read, but I know there was some. I don't know if there was some spec behind it, or whether it's just a great story, or. I know it was a hot book for a little bit.
Yeah, there was some spec behind it. I think around near the end of the COVID bubble, where it got announced that it was optioned, and it turned into like a $25 book raw, like almost overnight. I'm sure it's cooled off a little bit since, but yeah, it's a show that, or pardon me, a comic that has a beginning and an end, so it could be an interesting TV show.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap up. We're running a little bit over. I know Philtastic's got his live stream going. He kicked off at 11, so definitely go if you guys want to go jump over to Phil's channel and hang out with him. But Chris, anything else? What do you got coming up on your channel? Or I know you'll be on Only Slabs with Rob this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Only Slabs this afternoon. Tomorrow, two cool guys, two hot picks. Next, I just dropped a video highlighting a tour of Fan Expo, the crown jewel in the Fan Expo convention circuit, Fan Expo Toronto or Fan Expo Canada. I will be dropping a video in the next 48 hours of a lot of the cosplay that happened there. And
nice.
So yeah, check out that video. It's a lot of original stuff and a lot of incredible work done on their cosplaying. So check that out. And Wednesday will be an open invitation for a new comic book day. If you picked up any new books, not necessarily books that came out this week or last week, feel free to ask for the link and I'll send it to you and come on out. But thank you, Brian. Oh, and also make sure you check out 10 Whack Questions this week on Whack Comics. If you want to see me squirm my way through a bunch of questions the way that only Lee can do it and have a laugh at my expense, check out Whack Comics.
I wanted to ask you, how much does it cost? Because I think you were up for sale during that. That was great. That was you definitely were squirming on some of the questions. Yes,
that might be the last time I do anything with Whack Comics.
Yeah, that was great. So, but yeah, Chris, thanks for coming on, and thank you everybody hanging out in the chat. And Congratulations again to all of the finalists for this year's Comic Book Community Awards. I'll be adding, so the full list is on the website. I've been posting it on Instagram. I have to go in. I haven't had a chance yet to link everybody's channel there. So if you're unfamiliar with any one of the finalists, you can go, check out their channel. But the biggest takeaway for me was that we had some channels that have been there before, but a lot of new channels that have not been nominated. That was one of the things that I was most excited for, that we're kind of folding in some new channels that, haven't been nominated in the first 2 years. So that was really good. And then we've got fantasy football coming up. We've got our draft this Thursday. So we've got 14 members of the comic book community that'll be back in the league, Chris being one of them. Yeah. So this Thursday, we're doing our draft. So we're going to be doing it a live stream. And then every Thursday evening before the Thursday night football game, we'll be chatting about fantasy football and the league. So definitely be on the look, the look for that one. So I'm excited. We're a big group of, big time football fans that are in this league. So we had a lot of fun last year. So looking forward to it again this year. So. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Definitely go hop over to Phil's channel and let's see.
Geno Smith.
We'll play you out with we'll play you out with one of the other group of LCS dancers. But have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS?